I hit go live. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 313. 313.
Yep.
313.
Very musical today.
Yes. How's your Tuesday going?
So far, so good. Had quite a few meetings canceled this morning, so it's like, oh,
bonus.
Yeah.
You can do the work that you're supposed to be doing when you're not in meetings.
Right.
All the time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then just being like, oh, I hadn't planned on working on anything, so what do I want to bring forward? And yeah.
Yes.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, we got lots of folks out chatting away about their normal Tuesday things, like what's for lunch. My husband just made something that smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but it's making me hungry. As does Laura's beet salad in the chat. So hello, everyone. Claire, Laura, Silver, Nikki, Cheryl is on. Hello, Miss Cheryl, Sarah, Teresa. I think I caught everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie. Hello, Valerie. Yeah, it's really cold and overcast here, which leads my husband to say things like, it's almost friggin' June. Like, it's not even May yet.
Yeah. Right. Don't skip a month. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which we were chatting about this on the VKN the other night. I feel like at this point we were like our mantra is June is soon, right? June is soon, June is soon, June is soon. But I think we're all just waiting for more and more people to get vaccinated and for things to improve. So we're trying not to wish that time away quite yet.
Right. Just like, no, we can take our time getting to June.
Absolutely. Yep. No, people are saying that there's call for snow. We had snow in the forecast. I don't know if I ever saw any of it though. It was like cold enough overnight that when it was raining. But yeah, I knew those 80-degree days or 70-degree days that we were all gonna ramp up our expectations about what things were gonna be like. And then now it's like bam, 30-degree highs. Yeah.
Yes. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to cancel soccer for weather. They did that yesterday, practice, because this was
we have our first one tonight.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to have our first one yesterday, and it got canceled for cold. And then, they said maybe we'll see you tomorrow. So.
Yeah, school's going well. Although I feel like when we were in our little vaccination bubble. Like the rest of the world didn't creep in as much, not necessarily from but just like social, like Ellie's like all of a sudden is like, that's so embarrassing, Mom, or I want to take driver's ed like right now because she sees all the kids driving to school and not having to ride the bus home. And we were like insulated from all of the social pressures for a while, and now we're in full effect.
Yeah, no, I just talked to my son about driver's ed, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready, but it's like we're gonna wait until summer because it's 3 hours a day for 2 weeks straight. I think so. You'd have to fit that in with regular school. I don't know how you would do that. So.
Yeah. Jeremy and I are trying this really progressive thing called, if you want to do it, you can research it and tell us how we can make it happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we're anywhere closer to getting into driver's ed, but I'm guessing that that's going to be the pressure this summer, is that she wants to try to get in a class. So yeah, no, all of a sudden it just feels like I have a high schooler.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She wasn't really a high schooler till she was going in person, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I've definitely got a high schooler.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know that my son's changed that much, but
I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Goings on, we did have a fabulous chat with Josh. Did hear that there a few that at least one person had trouble joining the live, so that is out in the past events, the password protected area. If you want to go watch it, he shows off some gorgeous shawls. I want to knit all of them. Like you look at my queue slash cart now, I'm like, oh, I've never knit the typhoon. I know you have, right?
Yeah. And then yeah, I have, and it's wonderful, but my takeaway is my new terminology, socially acceptable blanket.
Yes, yeah. I need
'Cause
one of those too. Yeah.
He had a
Yeah.
really big shawl that he called his socially acceptable blanket.
Yes.
And I was like, I like that.
And then this weekend, I scheduled and put out there and put together a form so that we can watch the Oscars on Sunday. And you can do a pick 'em. So we'll have a winner who picked the most winners, or got the most winners right. And then we're also, each category, I also did a my favorite. So there's like your prediction, which is just for the prizes, and then my favorite, so that we can select our ZKN best picture and our
Okay.
ZKN best. Yes. So your favorite, not necessarily the person you think that you were going to win, but if you were a part of the Academy, you would have voted for that one. So that'll be some fun with data for me.
For sure. I've never done an Oscar viewing party or whatever, so
yeah,
be a new experience for me.
I think it's really fun because I like to talk about the presenters and look at what their attire is, and kind of talk through again. So we can talk through who won that we predicted and who the ZKN winner was, and I think it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time.
Okay.
So kind of like live streaming, but over Zoom, right? Like commenting. If your TV sound isn't too loud, you can leave your audio on. But if your TV sound is too loud, there's always the chat, right? So, yep, that's fun. And then the following week, we're going to watch Footloose. And I've got a fun photo album opportunity where you can submit a throwback to when you went to some sort of formal picture. So you can submit your favorite high school dance photo. And then we'll have a little bit of a viewing party there with those as well.
Gosh, I don't even know where I would look.
I know you've got a picture of you going to a dance, Amy. Come on.
Right. And I remember distinctly what I was wearing, but I don't know where those pictures are. Like, I remember senior year, I don't remember which year it was. Anyway, one year it was a lace dress with a denim jacket on top. Ooh. So that was very
That 90s. Might be worth contacting your mom and being like, Mom, I need photographic evidence that this happened.
Yeah, lace dress with a denim top. It was, very Friends or, 90s.
I had like a sparkly black dress that I feel like if I had kept it, I could wear it to this day if it still fit me, right? Like it was like a sparkle black dress. It wasn't super long and formal. It was kind of short. I feel like I could rock that now.
Okay. All of mine were way too short. I would never rock them now. Because the short dresses were in my school.
Yes.
So, So yeah, they were well above the knee, and I would never wear them today.
I was too active. So like, even though short dresses were in, I tended towards and would only pick the very long ones.
Okay.
So like it was a long short dress, if that makes any sense. But you'll see it when we look at the pictures. I hope you could come up with one. That would be so fun.
Yeah. I'll try. And I got a few photo albums that I don't recall what's in them.
And it doesn't necessarily, I mean, a formal, right? Like I think mine, I never went to actual prom. So mine would be like a winter dance or homecoming or whatever. Always went to after prom because I thought the activities that they scheduled were really fun, and they had like raffles and you could win like dorm fridges and cool stuff, but didn't have anybody that I wanted to go to a super formal dance with. So
I just remember it looked like there were enough prizes for everybody in my entire class because we had a small class and I didn't win anything. It's like,
same. I felt like there was people that won multiples and I didn't win any.
Oh, we didn't have the multiples. Like,
yeah,
they just ended up like only being like 10 or 12 shy of like the full class. So, and I was one of the losers.
Yeah. I mean, if Kevin Bacon would have gone to my dance with me, I definitely would have gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I went
And then
with
we
friends.
could fight against John Lithgow to have music and dancing, and it'd be a whole thing. I mean, they could have made movies about it. Is all I'm saying.
I honestly, that was not a movie of my childhood. I mean,
Really?
as in like, no, I did not watch it, didn't care to. Maybe it was because the first half of the movie was very boring. Sorry.
Sacrilege, Amy. Sacrilege.
I know. I'm sorry. If anybody shares an opinion, you can try to change our minds on Footloose night.
Yep. Anyway, lots of fun upcoming things planned. Obviously, I think they're fun, or I wouldn't plan them. But I hope that you think they're fun and want to participate.
No, I mean, again, Oscar party. It just was never. I was never invited to one, so like I've never done one.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I love watching the Oscars. Even if like they're not movies that I've really seen. Although I do feel like a lot of the movies are accessible this year because so many of them were like immediately to streaming, right? So the Trial of the Chicago 7, I watched that one because I love JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Sacha Baron Cohen did such a great job as the supporting. Anyway.
Okay.
Now I'm going into Oscar talk. Hey, we're here for Finished Objects today.
Yes, we are.
And you said you had so many, and here I am like, blah, 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 blah. So
I was like, all right. But I do. I have, I'll start with the smaller ones and go work my way up to big. So I have 2 pairs of socks. So I think that I've shown these several times before. These are the Farmer's Daughter's fibers, but they're all finished. There's 2 socks, then I can wear them. So, yeah. So again, this was that Needles or Farm to Needles club. January's club.
Rodeo butts.
Rodeo butts, yes. Very appropriate. And then out of the sock.
You could have worn those with your denim jacket and lace dress.
Yeah, could have.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, and then this is the pinstripe socks from Julia Wee Sheep. And then out of some Fiber Nymph Dye Works. I think it's some sort of St. Patty's Day themed colorway.
Those colors make my heart go pitter pat.
Yeah, and they sparkle. I don't know if you can pick that up.
Yeah, I'm not picking up the sparkle.
Okay, but they do. They sparkle.
Okay,
and
I believe you.
And then and that was a twinning project. And then here is my Air Hugs that twinning Air Hugs towel. And I was twinning with the designer, Sheena. So I'll need to enter all of these actually. So I got that. Actually,
just a heads up to our ZKers. Twinning does end at the end of this month. So you need to get that in. I've got quite a list of half twins.
Right. Yeah, and I'm guilty. Yeah. I got to get those in there, but it is only the 20th.
I mean, they still count, right? And it's not for anything, so don't stress out. But if you finish them like Amy, definitely get them in.
Right. Don't let bookkeeping be your problem.
Don't be a Megan in past years.
Yeah. And then I also made the Blurry Towel by Hohi out of some 716 knits. And then down here is some Leading Men Fiber Arts. And they blend into each other. It's definitely a lot brighter than her sample, which was kind of peachy.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking that I would wear that when I ran for high vis.
Yes, very high vis. And I haven't even tried it on yet. I was taking doing shots with Gina here behind me. But yeah, this is like a kerchief
Yeah.
style
Like
look, and it's extra tall, right? So that you can have, again, these were DK weight yarns.
mm-hmm.
So if you have 2 DK weight yarns and you're like, oh, I don't want to make a hat or this or that, it's a nice project for that. And I had leftovers, so leftovers will go into, I'm putting all of my DK weight leftovers together for a blanket. I don't know which one, probably the northeasterly. Is that what it's called? Or
I think it's
northwest?
nor'easterly. I don't think there's the
Nor'easterly,
CH.
yes, thank you. Yeah. So and that is that brightness.
So pretty. That was really fast.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, once I dedicated some time to it, it was over, right? Like I started it and got really excited, but then you repeat the pattern like 3 times before you get to do something else. And so I set it down. But then once I picked it up again, it was zoom. It was over before I knew it. Then I have my stone crop, which is not a crop. It grew and it's wide, so it's got more positive ease than they suggest. It's longer than they suggest, but yet all of my striping matches her pictures. So I'm like, well, my gauge must be off. And I haven't bothered to measure that to see if it's truly true. But it was definitely a fun knit, and the finished object, while not in line with the pattern, is still a nice finished object that I will wear.
It is inspired by the stuff.
Well, right. I mean, again, I used the pattern and it's recognizable as that, but it is a completely different shape.
Yep.
I would, yeah, the shape is inspired, but I use the pattern.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
I was just thinking loose thoughts or something. I don't know. Yeah. And then I have my love note, which came out very much like the pattern. And it's got these, wider sleeves that fell, and so pretty.
How is wearing it going?
I did a full day, and in a dress, so there wasn't
Skin to skin.
It was skin to skin,
but yeah.
I don't know. I would say by the end of the day, I was ready to take it off, and I was a little concerned. I was like, "What's my skin gonna look like under here?" But it was fine. There was nothing. It was just the prickle factor, right? Like my skin was getting a little prickle factor at the end of the day. Even though, most people would be like, oh my gosh, this is such a soft and fluffy thing. I get a little.
See, I'm the opposite. When I when I put something on like this, so right, this is that super rustic Susan B. Anderson's Barrett Woolco. And when I first put it on is when I get the prickle factor, right? I'm like, but then after a while, it's like my skin's like, I give up.
Yeah, and I think the same with this. It's the Prairie Spun DK from Brown Sheep. I can feel a little bit of the prickle factor when I first put it on, but yeah, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just
like your built like tolerance eventually. Yeah.
I don't know. But again, I wore it all day. I didn't like immediately strip it off and say, oh, nope, not for me. So maybe it'll be better next time. And I'm not giving up on it yet. So
excellent.
But that was the last of my finished objects, but I felt pretty good with 6. That's good for me.
It seems like it had been a while. Again, I think it was because we had that week off in there.
Yeah, maybe.
It's now been 5 weeks since we've talked about our finished objects. So I have quite a pile as well, and I'm trying to figure out if I just want to only talk about a few of them. This is the Farmer's Daughter Fibers February. Again, the super bright green. It's a super fun pattern by Lisa Paper Daisy Creations, where you're, I don't know if you can really see it. Again, it's not, I feel like it's
I can see the texture, but
yeah, it's not as bright green as that. And these went with me to Arkansas and got completed there.
Mhm.
Um, I am trying to remember if I just loosely used the pattern, kind of a la what you were talking about with the crop,
Mhm.
Amy, and that I followed the motif. It looks like I did do a gusset and heel
Mhm.
instead of subbing in mine. So it may have been a toe up. I know I knit them toe up, but I can't remember if the pattern is toe
Ah,
up or not. So I used the patterning, but got those done. Did you get entered in for the farmer's daughter prizes? Or I think you had to do all three. So you haven't.
I've only finished one,
Okay.
and the the third one I have one sock.
Mm,
Like March, I only have one sock. February's still sitting in a bin,
got it. Got it.
along with April.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd highly recommend that pattern. It's very I don't know if potato chippy is the right word, but like it's easily memorizable,
Okay.
right? Like as you're doing it, once you do the first repeat, you're like, oh, I get
Yeah.
this. I don't even need to look at the pattern.
Yep. Yep.
I had
Same with
high
mine.
hopes of working on some upcoming designs while I was in Arkansas, but past Megan sabotaged those plans by packing a skein of self stripings. I could work on some SKUs if the design work wasn't working. So guess what ended up on the needles and got done? This is like super vintage Knitterly Things watermelon tourmaline. So I'm calling
Mhm.
these watermelon sugar SKUs.
Mhm.
So and again was really digging those greens in March. So light green, dark green, and then that pink. I believe this is pair 65. When you look at the little URL at the end, in
Mhm.
Ravelry, it appends the number that you've done.
Yep.
But love these. Went everywhere with me. While I was there, I also applied the
Ooh.
top to my Bright Axis. This is my second Bright Axis, so I needed another one. Um, Again, I grabbed a uber skein of wool mice, so the 150 grams to do the body and the short little cuffs. And then this is Nomadic Yarns, her Brit sock in the
Mm.
BFL. I think the colorway is like one Wanderlust,
Mm.
which was fitting for the fact that I was in Arkansas working on it. But yeah, it felt like very zoom, especially since I've already done this pattern before.
Mhm.
Um, and I knew what I was doing and how wide I wanted the neck, and that I had less anxiety, I guess, about the seaming up the shoulders,
Mhm.
because I was like, oh, I did it last time. I can do it again.
Mhm.
So yeah, another just really bright, fun top that is super ready for my Zoom
Mhm.
at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun with self-striping. Want to get more self-striping on the needles.
Yeah. My work is actually talking about going back in.
Mm,
It's amazing that phase 2 is before the end of this month, and then phase 3 will be in June,
I don't know what
supposedly.
I think about that. I just know that that we're not going back, right?
Right.
So I'm not thinking about other people being in the office. I'm just I'm not. So blocking worked wonders on my new homeowner's blanket in the Interlocking Key. I believe this ended up being 16 wide and 20, or 16 tall and 22 wide in the blocks.
Mm.
So I'm gonna either ask people to take a picture of me so you get a Megan for scale, or one of my children for scale. Um, but yeah, I was again. I knew that it worked out last time. I'm stuck on repeat. With the
Yep.
SKUs and the bright axis and the interlocking key turning into a blanket. But I still had a little anxiety because this one, for whatever reason, was really rolling. Like I took a picture of it before I threw it in my magical whoosh, 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 whoosh washing machine with the wool wash, just in case disaster struck.
Mm-hmm.
It did not, but yeah, it blocks out real nice. So yeah, it's about, the short dimension is about my wingspan, and I'm 5'6" or 5'7", and then the long dimension, like I can easily cover my tootsies
Mm-hmm.
and have my lap. So
Mm-hmm.
going to be sending that out to the new homeowners soon. And then I got some soliloquy from Leading Men Fiber Arts to cast on another one. Lots and lots of soliloquy. In fact, if Steve and Andy don't offer the caking in the future, it's because I ordered 9 skeins of soliloquy and asked them to please cake it up for me. They're like, never again will we offer this. But I'm guessing they've got in there, because they've got a actual physical location
Store.
now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they've probably got a really nice one that you just turn on and walk away. And then my most recent finished object that I've been working on in my Zooms, of course, I'm trying to fold my blanket, get it out of my lap so that I can find the rest, is some Fiber Nymph dye works in the Minnesota Nice colorway. So from 2015, I think the label said, or maybe it was 2014. And this is the Expanding Community. And I got the right gauge and the right stitch count to make it do this fun, almost striping.
Yep. Cute.
Yeah. So I'm in love with these. I think I have a pair of socks that somebody else, that Susan knit me, that are in very similar colors, that are getting a little worse for wear. I actually did my sock bin this weekend. I washed it. It's been a year and a half of accumulation. And my little drying rack couldn't hold all of and they were just my socks. It wasn't Ellie socks. It wasn't Jeremy socks. It was
I'm
just
trying
mine.
really hard to wait for the weather to warm up so that it's just one hot day, just throw them out there, boom, quick dry. Yeah.
Yep.
I need to do it, but waiting,
Yeah.
holding out.
I mean, I still had socks, but I feel like I had like a one of those Wolex tops that I had also thrown in that bin. There was something else that I was like, this is ridiculous. I should probably wash this bin of dirty socks and other woolen things. I had a hat. One of my sock head hats was in there that I had worn. So yeah, no, it was good. It was a lot, but it was good. A lot of washing this weekend between the blanket and this needed a good block with that applied edging to kind of even out some of the tension. And then all of the socks. And then I think I'm going to stop because that was a lot of FOs. I have my night book that I could show off as well, but I'll save that.
Finished?
I did.
What? I know. Insane. That's okay.
So
You'll want to spend more time talking about that one, so I can see waiting. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it'll wait till May, for sure. But I'm definitely getting it in because I was definitely enabled.
Yeah.
By the pattern sale that somebody posted in Discord. So yeah, what a lovely bunch of coconuts. I mean FOs.
Yeah.
Diddly-dee.
And we are standing in the room.
I made you sing.
Yes. Yes. It's not that hard lately. I've been getting a lot of songs stuck in my head and that hasn't happened recently. I mean, in recent memory. So now it's like, what is it about? I don't know, the universe, the time, that I'm getting a lot of earworms that just won't.
It could be that the hills are alive with the sound of music.
Well, the hills are alive with neighborhood construction, but
yeah, maybe you need it to drown out all the other stuff.
Could be. Yeah, and then a lot of the, like, oh, we can go back to work, but do I want to?
Yeah.
Like, get a little extra time in the morning, and the cats are around most of the day, kind of making sure I'm not stressing out too much. I don't know.
Yeah, Jeremy, Sullivan and I are not on real great terms right now. I continue to try to pet him and cuddle with him, and he'll get up and like rub against Jeremy. Like, this is the person that I want to be petting me. I'm like, you're a jerk. All I want to do is love you. Let me love you. No, I think I have to be aloof. Jeremy is very aloof with him. You know, I don't care. I didn't really want to pet you. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Come on too strong, and they
I know,
yeah.
right? Yeah. We have been chatty Cathy's today.
Yeah.
But I know that you have to get back to work and I have to get back to work, and
Yep.
we will chat with folks on Wednesday. Next week is the free one, is the free ZKN if you aren't, or VKN if you're not a ZKN member. So that'll be fun too. Oscars this weekend. Make sure you get your predictions and favorites picked. And away we go.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye, Uvta.